Good day to y'all. We're back at it here. Chevettes of the Canadian North. We are looking at the heater controls, and there are many differences, and I'm going to quickly point them out to you, and we won't waste time. We're going to get right into it here. For everybody's sake, time is short. So here we are. We have a 1979 unit, and what you'll notice the difference is the front face has a different print than the later 80 to 85 or 86, 87. The blend isn't written on there with the arrows and such. 4 screws, and they are Phillips, and you will find 2 shorter Phillips screws on the fan switch, 2 longer ones on this front face and the housing to take it apart. Really easy to take apart. Just look at it before you take it apart so you can reassemble it. The 80 to 85 is a different unit with a different face. Same cable as the 76 to 79 for the hot and cold and your vent control to defrost. Again, it uses the Phillips screws, 2 on the fan, shorter, 2 Phillips on the body, longer. Then you got your AC control, same fan switch, same face plate. Has a plug-in. This one would be a 79. I don't have any later ones. They are gone. So I'm assuming the plug would be the same, but I might be wrong. Then we have the 86 and 87. And what's different about the 86 and 87, they use, again, 2 short screws and 2 long screws, and these are both 1/4 inch hex nut. And the front faces are identical. Other than that, if I flip over the front faces on each of these, you will see the differences. Again, on the bottom, this one has a curvature on it, on the 76 to 79, and then the 80 to 85. Now, these could have overlapped. This could have gone, the 76 to 79 could have gone into 80, 81 possibly, I'm not sure. But we'll just stick with 76 to 79. Same curvature, same profile, and what the difference is on the 86, 87, the bottom here, the bottom track is flat and long versus the other ones have a curvature. And that is because the 86 and 87, they use a metal arms on them for controls. Now there's two styles of metal arms on these, and I'll show you here. The only difference is the bottom one has a straight tang, and then again you're going to use a little press nut, and you can buy these to replace them and just push that back over the top. Now this one here would be on the other side, which is bigger, and this one here broke already, which was there. And the other style uses the same hook. This one is still locked in place, and that hook will just go into this hook here without a press nut. So some will have this style, some won't on the 86 and 87. 76 to 85, they use this style of a cable down here. You can see that tang of that cable comes all the way through, so in the way to get that out, I'll show you in a bit here. Taking these apart, I took this one apart already, and I had it set up here to show you. What you need to do is, I only got one hand here, one for the camera. You need to press that tab back, and I did that already. And then you need to push that cable out. Pops right out of there. And then you will just roll it off the support rod here. And then when you put it back in, obviously you can hook that back in and just snap that guy back in place. Just like that. So the same goes for the bottom one. You're going to pull back the tab. Now again, I can't do this. See, I'm pulling it back. And now note that these plastics are older and brittle, so maybe a heat gun warm this stuff up, especially these tabs. Pull that back and press it out at the same time. Again, when it goes back in, you're going to bring your cable over top, slide it down, and just snap your original cable back in when you set this back into place. So common problems with these are the face plates, and I will give you another illustration here. Here we go. Here's the face plate. It looks good in the front, but what happens is usually the fan bolts where the fan mounts on the back, where this fan switch here mounts, like so, it'll break those tabs off and your fan will be flopping around in the back there loose. And another problem with this is the front little tabs, as on this one here, these little tabs here, you gotta be very careful when you take it out. These tabs will break off the corners. Also, when it comes to the body, I've seen, here's one where the body itself, where the front plate was mounted, this body here was broken internally. So that is another issue. Guys are forcing on these things, taking them out. And the common problem is the arms here breaking. It's the two arms that locate. Here, set this one beside it. Oh, this one's broken too. Here we go. So these arms, these tabs could break off, as this one's got two of them missing. And the bottom underneath here, this long bottom arm, can also end up breaking, and it's just held in with a spring. Just pop it over top of both sides, like this one here, it's popped over top. So this one here, as you can see, beside the original, the front arm is broken off on this here. So those break off, that breaks off, especially cold weather, and you guys are in a hurry and then you force it and your car is cold, especially up here in Canada, and they can crack easily. So that breaks now. Another thing I was looking at, some guys have fixed stuff. I fixed a bunch of these by taking parts from other ones, good arms, and just swapping them out, and it's really easy. These metal pieces that go into the front body here, inside here, this metal kind of just goes up underneath. This part here, you could take this all apart, you could clean this up, paint it black, clean all this surface, put it all back together, make it all nice, give it a tiny bit of grease to slide. And here we go. Here's an ingenious guy that has fixed one. So what he's done was he took and drilled right through and put a couple nuts and washers and stacked it. So if yours is broken and you're on a really tight budget or in your hurry, this is one of the solutions that you could make for yourself. Now, I didn't do this obviously, but somebody else came up with this idea. There's a lot of ingenious people out there, and we can all learn from each other. On the front logo or the print, you could take some model paint and you can color these back up. Okay, so off camera here, I had a really hard time to get this one here out, so I had to take the heat gun and soften it and press that tab back. They'll break a little bit sometimes. But to get this cable off that goes to your heater box, the hot and cold, you need to tilt this guy. Actually, this one was cut, so I can just pull that off. Okay, so to put your heater cable on, you want to come from the back side here. I took it off on the wrong side. You want to get that guy all the way in there. Come on, get in there. And tilt it across. And of course that guy is back in here, and it'll be locked back into that position over here. Just press that back. It'll be pressed right back in. I'm not going to press it in. I had time to get it out, so yeah, so there you go. Two cable styles, two different types of screws. So yeah, you can fix your own if you have another one that you have for a spare, and hopefully that helps you guys.